Rinse a Llama, written by Susan Lennox, illustrated by David Miles. Focus question: how do Marcos's feelings about his new home change during the story? Why? When Marcos slept, he dreamed. His dreams are always the same. He was back in Ecuador with his abuelo. They rode on horseback among sheep and llamas. Then Marcus got awake from his dreams and worry. His worries were always the same. Life was so different now. How would he ever fit in here in America? Marcus's mother worried too. She wanted her son to be happy. One Monday, she reminds him that it was a special day at school. Marcus, today class is visiting a ranch, remember? She said gently. Marcus nodded. He had remembered. We used to live on a ranch, Mama, he said sadly. That was in Ecuador, Marcus. I am sure that American ranch will be different, she said. Yes, Marcus sighed. Just like everything else here. At school, the other students were very excited. To them, the trip was a great adventure. Marcus watched his classmates choose partners for the trip to the ranch. Mr. Perkins noticed Marcus standing alone. I think Marcus needs a partner, he said. A smiling boy named Ben stepped forward. He can sit with me, Ben said. Have you ever been to a ranch, Marcus? Asked Ben. Only in Ecuador. Marcus replied, I go to this ranch every week to care for my cow, said Ben. You have a cow? Marcus asked in surprise. Ben laughed. I don't really own her. I just take care of her. Marcus was confused. You will see, Ben said. Soon the bus arrived and opened its doors. Marcus smelled the familiar smells of hay and animals. Hello, everyone, said Mrs. Vega. Hello there, Ben. The rest of the class looked at Ben, surprised that Mrs. Vega knew him. Ben is part of the Animals for Rent program with City to Farm, said Mrs. Vega. He takes care of Mabel, one of our cows. What's City to Farm? What is City to Farm? Asked a girl. Maybe Ben can explain it to the rest of the class. City to Farm is an organization for young people. Ben told them grown-up show city kids what life is like on a farm. I want to learn about cows, but I live in an apartment. I can keep a cow there. The class laughed too. So, Ben said, Miss Vega rents Mabel to me. I don't pay to rent her. We just sign an agreement. My mom brings me here 3 times a week to care for my cow. Why don't we go meet Mabel? Asked Mrs. Vega. Ben led the class into a large barn with many stalls. Marcus squinted to see in the barn's dim light. What he saw made him stop short. There, in the second stall, was a llama. Marcus began speaking softly to the animal in Spanish. As if it understood, the llama bent its long neck toward him. Marcus reached up and stroked the gentle animal's fur. Miss Vega watched Marcus. Do you like llamas? He asked. Marcus nodded. Si, I mean yes, he replied shyly. My grandfather had llamas in Ecuador. Paco here came from Ecuador too, said Mrs. Vega. We are going to try to raise llamas for wool. Mrs. Vega said to Margaret.